Hey guys, welcome back to Workers and Resources. We got a lot of things to check up on, and then we're going to talk about some expansions that we're doing over there across the fields. I want to preempt this by just saying that this is a multitasking game. You cannot make a video about a single thing, focus on that one single thing to completion, and have that be the entirety of that single video. I'm just responding to a few comments that have happened on much older videos, so if they even make it this far, thank you so much for sticking with me. But just in case they don't, they do get it this far. You have to focus on many things here, because if you focus too much on one thing, two possible solutions, or two possible complications, I guess I should say. One, you get what happens with, like I did with Zernovsky, which is I focused entirely on Zernovsky for like 3 or 4 videos, and then crime got out of control because I wasn't paying attention to it. That can happen. But the other thing is just like in general, time moves. And so if I focused on one little segment, it might take a year to build that. You want a whole year to go by in game and have all the sorts of things happen. A lot of things could go wrong, and I'm going to have to address those things that go wrong. And do I put those in the video? Well, they don't have anything to do with what I'm building, so I guess you miss it. See what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way. That's just the way this game is. This is not City Skylines. This is not a city painter, okay? This is a builder. We build. And building takes time. All right. So, one thing here. The train notification. I need to go over here and figure that out. You are track builder. Yep. Just going to have you go ahead and do that. And then also the track builder. I can't put a signal here because it would mess up your job, but I think it'll be fine. I'm just going to let you go. Okay. So, I want to get a couple of updates. One is this area. It's going to be very nice to have this area done. A good amount of labor is going to get into the chemical areas, which I reiterate to all of you, don't do it like I did. Don't have everything build. Only build certain things that you need. You can have the plans for them, but pause the construction unless you actually need it. Yeah, that's definitely a thing that we should be doing. Looks like that pipe is done, so we can now have our industrial sewage can now get out of there, which is very nice. But a lot of labor we need to add here. I've got a couple of buses sitting over here. They've been sitting here for quite a while, so they're probably getting old. Looks like wear and tear is 38% on these buses. They've just been sitting here. Whoops. 6 years. My gosh, I haven't been using them. Anyway, these 2 buses are going to be going and getting at that bus stop, and then around they go, right? So, yeah, we'll have buses and stuff bringing people in over here, provided I get this road paved in time. I can get into that bus stop. That'd be very nice to be able to do. A couple of things. Stopping production. Don't care. Helicopter construction office. Don't care. Yeah, I think all these things I think are okay. They're not old notifications, but they're not important to me right now. Okay. So over here, I've been playing around with where fields can go. The purpose for having people live over here is so that we have a labor force that is relatively local for the purposes of repairing vehicles. We've got a repair center here. We've got a repair center over here. This one here does not have a directly connected repair center. Thinking about doing that, but so far it's fine because having these 2 relatively operational, there's no wrenches happening over here like there is all the way over here. Here's an update on this area. So you got lots of roads being done over here, which is great. We started on the tunnel too, which is I guess not needed, but whatever. I didn't buy any vehicles for this construction office, and I think this office is going to need, let's give it, I'm just going to go with the big expensive cars. I think it's fine. They're going to haul lots of stuff to big building sites. I don't know if it's necessary, right? Yeah, because like a lot of the stuff maybe it doesn't need 27 tons of steel, but I think most stuff needs a lot of stuff. Most stuff needs a lot of stuff. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it doesn't need everything. So we can have like mid-sized trucks, I think, for this office. It'll probably be fine. So instead of spending $252,000 on one truck for 27 tons, I can spend $107,000 on 2 trucks. And then we can take stuff to like 2 different jobs, right? That sounds pretty fine. Or even this one here, it'd be, you know, do 2 of these, higher capacity than that one. These big long trailers. I kind of like it. We'll do these open hauls with trailers. They can load vehicles on flatbeds as well. So maybe we'll have another one there. Excavators are mostly going to take themselves places. And for these office here, I'm just going to have like a couple of excavators there. I don't think I'm going to have any roads being done with you. We've got very, like roads are being done by the Charlemagne's office anyway, kind of thing. We don't need workers out at roads, so I'm okay with the Charlemagne's office coming out and doing that. So I'm gonna hold off on rollers and asphalt and stuff like that. Let's get a couple of covered hulls, and we can go. God, these trucks are getting pricey now, aren't they? My goodness, are they expensive? All right, how about we get, let's say, a couple of these. That seems fine. We can get a couple of road cranes as well. I think that'd be good. Let's go by speed. 27, 31, 39. Yeah, how about this one? Wow, that's expensive. It's a newer one too. How about we go by value? Okay, this stuff is getting pretty pricey. How about you? We're gonna go with you. Let's grab maybe, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 road cranes. And let's grab, do we need a bulldozer for anything? I don't think so. If not doing roads, I don't think so. Dumpers. Definitely need some dumpers. And I think we'll go with the red trucks here. 1, 2, 3. For now, we're going to leave it at that. I think that's fine. Make sure you get your gravel from this place here. You can get your asphalt. We're not going to be getting a whole lot of it. I've been thinking about whether I want to have asphalt out this way, and I think I'm going to pass, at least for now, because I don't have a real good way of getting bitumen out here. A compromise could be having an asphalt production taking place maybe over here. And then that way it's not that far to bring this by truck and deliver it, but it's still not like going all the way out there. And then these guys, if they need it, can come this way. This is also close enough to labor where they could work it. So I think if I'm going to do that, and I don't know if I should, but I think if I'm going to do that, I would do it over here. I would say we would want, let's say, construction industry. We would go with an asphalt plant, and it would have to be like something over here like this, right? And then we'd have to find a way to get gravel here, and it's just, there's a logistics problem. Like, I don't want to do that. So I think if you need any asphalt, then, you know, you're going to go all the way over and get it. I think that's just the way it's going to be for now. Until we have a real need for that to be different, I think that's what we're going to do. So asphalt comes from there. Same thing with concrete. Why not? Just do it there. And then steel, you get that from this area. You get that from here. Bricks, prefabs, boards, mechanical components, and electrical components. Okay. And then I guess electrical components and stuff, we could say you can get it from one of these workshops. I was in the beginning, I was looking at having mechanical components and electrical components be stored here, and then having the offices get them from this location. But we're not ramped up here enough to really need that yet. So one of those other things where, hey, you didn't need it yet, you didn't have to build it yet, you could have planned it but not built it, and that's what I should have done with this. But it's there, it's fine. And ultimately, I like the way these warehouses look. I'm just noticing like the flyovers, like that's really realistic. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let them keep on with this. This office will auto search when it gets there. It'll auto search the projects. We're gonna have it work on reconstructions as well, but we're gonna need workers for that to help out with that. And in fact, for reconstructions, we probably should, since these helicopters don't seem to have a whole lot to do, I'm gonna go ahead and have them work on reconstructions as well. And then why don't we get the other one? Where's the other one? Which is very busy all the time. And you need repairs, yeah. Yeah. Do we have any, like, repair vehicles coming out this way, though? I mean, you're right here. I guess not. You don't have any resources for it, I guess. I can always bring you over here, I guess. So this fairly new helicopter, we're going to have you park over here for a second. You are 3% now. Get back in the game. All the way over here. Oh, here. There we go. And then I'll have these two helicopters go ahead and park themselves over here to get themselves repaired. This manual process, I do hope to kind of eliminate that in the future, but for now, I'm still manual on fixing my helicopters. Okay, can I just, real quick, yeah, just delete all these. I don't care anymore. All right, here's what we're going to do. I've been playing around with where to put fields and trying to figure out where my people need to go over here. Because again, it's all about repairing things in the farms. I've decided to move the farm. I was for a while there, I was being stubborn on where to put the fields or where to put the farm, but I've decided that I'm not putting the farm here, and we're gonna put it closer to this area and try to keep everybody kind of connected a little bit more here. You also notice that the roads I'm creating here have a much higher capacity, and that is because people will be living in this area. They will be using personal cars to get around places, and there will also at the same time be farm vehicles. Farm vehicles plus personal cars. It's going to be a hell of a lot more complicated and crowded than just the farm vehicles are over here. But I am providing additional avenues for them to drop off their crops. So it shouldn't be there shouldn't be a lot of stagnation, but there's still going to be a lot of trucks, if that makes sense. So in other words, I want higher capacity roads, and that's what I've got over here. So once we start paving these things, and they're, slowly getting on it, they're making their way downtown over there. So I think what I'm going to do over here, first, I'm going to take the terrain a little bit here. And again, for justification's sake, I'm using the dirt from that gigantic mountain that we torn down, and we're moving it over somewhere else, right? So like where you're getting the dirt, that's where we're getting the dirt. And I'm just going to raise this terrain up a little bit over here like this. And the reason for that, I think, will become clear in a second. And then let's go ahead and level the terrain from here. Turn on our lines here. Make sure we level the terrain to this point. There we go. Still want a nice clean coastline. I don't want it all jaggedy everywhere. There we go. And what we want to do is go farther than we ultimately need to. I'm going to go further than required to make it a nice clean coastline. Not that we need it, because this is just where we're dumping our sewage. But if I wanted one, I could do that. So here we go. And now we just kind of feather this out with our terrain smoothing tool, and it's a nice clean coastline again. Maybe over here it needs a little bit of work, but there we go. Something like that. All right. So there's that. I've expanded the amount of places, the amount of ground that we can farm is what I'm looking for. I want to increase the amount of ground that we can use to farm. Okay, now that we've done that, I think, and I've been going back and forth with like how I want to do this, but I think what we should do here is we're going to line this area as soon as the autosave lets me. We're going to line this area with our medium fields. So we're going to go 1, and then same thing we did before. We're going to scroll down through here, and we're going to go look at, I like looking at it from this angle. I think it's easier to see what I need. Put that dot right there on there. Pop. Put that dot right on the corner. Pop. And do it again, just like that. And one more time, just like, maybe that's too close. It does look like it'll let me though. Okay. I was looking at the road and see if it's too close. So this gives us 1, 2. It's hard to see, I know, because of the ground being disturbed. That'll go away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 medium fields. We want 15, I believe is what we were looking for. 15 medium fields for farms. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 per field or per farm. So this farm will have these 15 fields. I covered why a long time ago, but in case you need a refresher, it's because your farm's vehicles will leave to go do their first job, which will be a medium field, and then they will use just enough fuel to where they will be able to get to their next job as a large field right before they run out of fuel. And then you get to do the whole field without using fuel or without having to refuel before you do it, right? And then they'll come out and refuel after that. So that's why we do it. We get a little extra out of that fuel stop for the trucks, right? Or for the tractors, I guess it's for the tractors mostly. It's gonna be even harder to see now where this is, but I need to kind of get down in here and figure out what angle to go here. But we're gonna go another set right here, and I have no idea how this is lining up, so I guess I'll just treat it the same as I treated the other ones. About like that. Looks pretty good. It's pretty dang good, if you ask me. If you're not asking me, then, well, I'm telling you anyway. That's my opinion. It's doing pretty good. And we'll go like that. And then like that. And then can't see it. Gonna have to guess. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about the trees here. So that's why I cleared the trees out initially, but I'm gonna have to do it again here. So let's go. We'll just use terrain tools, I guess. We can just do terrain smoothing. Let's get the trees out of the way. Yeah, how close was I over here? Not bad. No, it's pretty good. All right. And then I still have one more to do, right? I believe it's one more. So same thing as before. My gosh, camera. And about there, I think. Does that get me right in there? Sure does. Oh, man. Not bad for those fences. All right, so that gives me 10 medium fields. All right, so then I think what I'm going to do here for the 10 medium fields, I'm thinking about having this road continue. And I don't know if I will do it or not, but I'm thinking about having this road continue and connect to this roundabout. The other thing I was looking at is this roundabout could continue out this way. And then we have more fields out this way, right? So either way, I think we're going to have a road that comes out from this roundabout that I've drawn in. So, and of course that matches up with these fields, which are already put in. And yeah, so I think we have enough room if we're doing that. I just needed to verify the lineup here where we're going with that road. But if we're going with the road like that, then we have enough room for 2 more fields here. So we'll go like that. And then we'll go flip it over. Oh boy. Let's do it from this side. Flip it over. Uh-oh. Yeah, I crossed the streams. Never cross the streams. Don't want to cross the streams. Okay. And then we'll have to do it again. This time we'll have to make sure that we are lined up correctly. So, like that. And like that. All right, so you should be beautiful right now. Yep, there we go. Okay, so those are 2 more, and then the road will go right here. So we'll have the road. Let's say it goes, I don't think I'll need more than 1, but I also think that the possibility should at least be there that we can try to have more than 1 if we need it later. So we'll go about like that. And then this road will go straight out that way. Probably, yeah, that's far enough, I think. Yeah. Well, it's not far enough. We're going to have to keep going, but it's all the way out to about... Thing is, I don't know exactly how far this has to go because I don't know where the big fields are going to line up. But these are where the medium fields are, okay? And of course, we have spaces here. And if I played this out right, there should be just enough space to pop one of these bad boys in there. Like on this road like this. Yep. There we go. We also have enough room here for potentially a wind farm, which I've been thinking about doing as well. Just more wind farms out here. In fact, I've got 6 planned right here already. So 1 here. Yeah, 1 there, and then 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Additional wind farms, which will then connect to, on this side of the road, we're going to put another, where is it? Another power transformer from that direction, I think. Yeah, from here. To connect all those up to that when we're done. So when they get built, we'll route all the power to this. And then this will take it wherever it needs to go. So the farm is going to end up going right here then. And where this allows us the farm to go to any direction it wants to go when it needs to. It also has these fields really close by. So this gap right here is where our farm's going to go. So if I go to farm, large farm, I should be able to get that in here. And you notice how we got there's a little bit of room on the edge there. For us to add like a warehouse or something like that. But if I flip it, we now get that spot over near the roundabout a little bit closer, which I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm going to say that's not a good thing, actually. I want to put it on this other side. Yeah. Or we could flip it this way. Now that's a idea. Start the fields on this side. I don't think it matters. You know what? Stop overthinking it. It doesn't matter. We're going to put it over here like this. This is where our farm's going to go. As close to the road as we can get it, about there. And the reason for that is because we're also going to have our repair area, vehicle repair station. I don't know about a large one. I think a medium one's fine. We're going to have that be on this side of the road, and I'm going to have it angled to where we can just barely dip in if I can do that. It lets me do that. Oh, it's going to be close. I don't think it'll let me. Okay, in that case, we're going to put it on this side. And if we do that, I'm not going to be... I'm going to have to do a small one instead. Damn. Because I think the medium one's just too big, isn't it? Oh, it does fit there. It fits in that gap. Yeah. Okay, it fits this gap. We're fine. So we're going to have this be right here. Fits in that gap. And I think that's okay. The road is a little off from the roundabout. Oh, right. It fits because when I was testing this out before, I had two roads here. And I've just decided to do one. And so that's the only reason why this fits. If I wanted to have two roads here in the future, though, then probably what I would need to do, let's first draw that in. Then we can always go out like that, I guess. But if we draw that in now, I mean, why not? Just do it, man. I don't think it's necessary, though. These are almost all of these are just going to be farm vehicles, and that's it. Maybe I have a little village over here, but they're not going to be using the road enough. So I don't think we'll need two of these. But I've said that before, and it always backfires. When you think you don't need it, it's better to have it and not need it than the opposite, right? That's what they always say. Yeah, I think we'll do this instead. Turn it on its side so we're not directly off the road. Yeah, I like that better. And then we'll just go all the way back against the farm about like this. I think that's gonna be better. And then this is really close, of course, to this. So maybe what we'll do is a compromise, because I want to have distribution and stuff through here too. Yeah, we're gonna have distribution. All right, fine. Tell you what, I'll go out to about here. Apparently I'm not. Screw it. I'm fighting something that's just inevitable at this point. I'm going all the way. And then this road needs to curve and go out that direction at some point, depending on where the fields are. So we'll have to wait and look at that. Okay, so this leaves us with 12 medium fields, and we still want 3 more, right? And so we can put the 3 over here, I think. We'll just have to see how the big fields line up first. So our big fields are going to go, and we're going to be a little staggered from this. So it's not going to directly line up. And I think that's okay. Because the driveways and stuff, we don't need them to be directly across from each other anyway. Let's put the road in first, though. So this road goes like this. And we're just going to draw in the road, but not connect it, because I don't want to disrupt that job. It looks like we're a little off center. We're a little slanted, aren't we? That's what it looks like. Yeah, we're definitely not straight across. But hey, this isn't centered either, right? The border's definitely not, so it'll be all right. So we'll connect that, connect that, connect that, connect that. Let's not connect it. We're gonna want to pave these roads anyway, right? So, or at least make them gravel. I think gravel. I think we'll make it gravel once these are paved. Yeah. Okay, so let's have this be a job, and this be a job, and then we'll have these two things. We're gonna make these asphalt. Yeah. Could have been. I mean, they're the two ways, right? So you have to. Have to is a bit of a strong word, but here, let's try this. We'll go to there, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll go like this, okay? So they all meet up. It's not working the way I wanted it to. So it kind of makes a Y on the road, right? And so they'll choose which lane they go in, like that, I guess. Just kind of looks stupid, doesn't it? Is it stupid? It looks stupid. All right, so after some indecisiveness, I've decided to go with just one road for now. We're going to have it curve in on this side, though, so if we do need a second road, we'll fill it in on the opposite side. It's going to be asphalt all the way out to here, and then gravel for the rest of the way. And then this part right here is going to be a gravel road as well. Construction crews have already been assigned to those jobs. So here's our medium repair station. I've repositioned it slightly to accommodate better connection capabilities here. And what we're going to do is first I need to get this part connected to the road somewhere. So we're going to go about here, I guess, with it for now. And then we'll see what kind of space we have we're playing with here. So I'm going to say we do this part first just to make sure I can fit it. I need a small open storage. And if I can get it to nestle right in here like this and connect on that side, very good. And then it'll just be connected to that road, and that's fine. So that's how we're going to get the steel supply into this repair center. For the other types of stuff, we'll place the warehouse right up next to this area right here. Well, I thought we were going to, yeah, right like this. I guess I can slant it a little bit. It doesn't look as clean, but we could do it. I'm worried about getting in the way of that road over there. Maybe it'll be all right. Let's try this. Well, as soon as the autosave's done, we'll try that right there. Can I get that road out now? I can. Okay, and then this wraps around like that, and then this connects there. Okay, good. So that goes that away. And there we go. So this repair center will have the warehouse as well as that ready to rock. So how are we getting stuff out here, right? This is the big thing too, is like we need to figure out and make sure we iron down exactly where the supply chain is coming in at before we start placing our fields. And maybe do a little bit of that. So I know I wanted my medium fields to be close to the farm. We have that. Do I want medium fields in this area? If so, where's everything else coming in at? And we've got all these big, thick roads here that we can move things around on. We're going to have a pretty sizable city over here. It's certainly not going to be Charlevinsk, but it might be more comparable to this one, actually. Will be over here. And this is going to be a mining town, right? Might also be a steel town as well, because we have iron in this mountain. We have coal in this mountain. Iron's over here. Coal's over here. We've got bauxite as well. I believe that is it this mountain or is it? I think it's over here. Bauxite is right in front of me. It's going to be right down here. But it's also, yeah, in this mountain. So we got bauxite in this mountain as well. A lot of stuff that can be mined. And so there's going to be a big old mining town right here. So these guys, right, since they're focused on mining, what do we want to focus the other town on? And how many people do we need to have there? I'm thinking if we can get to probably 5,000 people over here, that'd be pretty dang good. But wherever we're making food specifically should be near a rail line as well as major roadways. And that's kind of what we've got going on here. Rail line and major roadways. So what I'm thinking of doing over here, since I don't have a roundabout on this, and it might have been a good idea to do so. It might have been a good idea to do so. I never, like, as soon as I don't make a roundabout, I always want to. We're going to go with it just for stoplights for now. We got one right there, and that's pretty important. The rail comes in like this for now. It is going to also go this way too, so there'll be two different paths. We've got gravel here, so we can locally produce that. And we've got oil here as well, so we'll be able to have oil. We're not going to process it over here, though. So fuel transport also needs to be over here. We're going to send oil that way and have fuel brought back this way. And so thinking about all of these things, where are we dropping things off? Where are we taking things? Because this area is still a really good area for actual fields and farming, but we have this rail coming in. Where's it going to go, right? Well, there's a gap right here, and it might have been a good idea to use that gap to have a rail come straight this way. But this rail, it can't turn that sharply. So the sharpest I can turn this around this corner is going to be like that. It just... Maybe you can get like that, maybe? I can kind of do that, I guess. That's without F4, but I think I did a pretty good job of lining it up manually. And then we go about like that, and then like that. And Now I need F4. Too sharp of a turn there. Yeah. So let's back that off just a tad. And we'll go out a little bit more. About like that instead. There we go. So does that get in the gap? I think it does. That fence line runs right through here, so that does fit. Perfect. So this rail can run straight through this way. Good to know, because it means I can have a field right here. So let's place a field right here. Let's place a large field right here next to this. And we're not going to be able to perfectly line everything up like we did before, but that's okay. In fact, I could probably do better than this, though. Right? This is... that's about... Yeah, that's working. Okay. We'll go about, let's say, there with it. So one field there. We're not going to want any fields here then. But we'll do another one right here, though. So this one can have a field, and we'll go right about here with it. Okay, and then I think we can probably fit the field on this side then. But remember, we want the medium fields close by. So we're going to do the medium fields here instead. And we're going to do it right off the main road, I think. We're going to go... I think we could take a step back, actually, just to stay off the main highway. So we'll go about like this. One. And let's... And that autosave comes in pretty often, doesn't it? There we go. Come back over here like this. And line it up with the damn trees. Here we go. Line it up with the field like that. And like that. Okay. Now, that one's connected there, but we don't want that. Well, you know, yeah, actually, that's probably fine to connect to. I wanted to go this way, though. So it's going to go this way and then connect over on this side. So it'll be more like that. And then you'll connect there. All right? Yeah. And then actually, we could even go one step further with this idea. And have you wrap around the field and just connect all the way on this side even. This keeps the farm vehicles, the harvesters and stuff. It keeps it off the main road. Because remember, they will choose to use the lowest quality road that still allows them to reach their maximum speed. And all the harvesters, they don't go 30. So they'll choose to use these dirt roads while everyone else is using the other ones. I think that's a fair plan. I think so. Yep, let's do that. So we're going to have you go over here, and then can I connect there? No, but I'll do something like this instead, and then you can just connect on that road there. It also means I can start farming them right away because I don't have to wait for the roads to build. Oh, I like this idea very much. Okay, we're gonna do this. Let's just connect. Yeah, disconnect that, and then we're gonna run you all the way to here, and up, like so, and then you to there, and then you to there. All right, cool. That takes care of our medium fields. We don't need any more. We're good. All right, there's our 15. So, and then we have the big ones over here. So on this side, we want stuff to come in, get stored, get moved around, etc. And I'm thinking in this space, we're going to put all of the necessary tools required for trains to drop off stuff. It gives us a lot of lead for trains to not have to be in the intersections and stuff, but still allow it to keep going and then wrap around and go that way so that it goes back towards that city. So this rail is going to get a... It's not just back towards the city either. It's going to go to... we'll draw it out about like that for now. There we go. Right about to there. I think that works. This rail is going to go that way and that way. Because over here we also have oil, right? And there's that extra oil supply we want to tap into. I believe it's right over here. And that extra oil supply is... Actually, probably we'll just go straight. Yeah, you know what? We'll just go straight with it. You don't need to curve or rotate at all. So we'll just go straight out. About this far. Should do it. I don't know if that's actually straight, but we'll take it. Yeah, it's really doing some really crazy things. There we go. Out this way. And we'll plug it in right there. Okay. I don't want to get too close to the water because I'm still shaping this. Still reducing the size of this lake. So it used to be, I think, around here. So it's getting smaller. That's good. And then we can use it for, again, additional farmland. All right, so this rail should be built out this way. But we want you to deviate off of this and drop stuff off, right, in this spot. So we're going to do a cargo train station right over here. And I'd like to have 3 connection points on the single side. So I'm going to actually use this station. We're going to go about here, I think, with this. Seems good. If I remember correctly, the length of this station is already up to my 150 rule, right? Yes. So we don't need to worry about anything like that. So this rail line then comes in about like this. Ooh, we kind of... Do I want to... No, I don't need to... You know what? Like, I could just get away with a really short track here, couldn't I? Yeah, I can, because it's already at the duration, or at the length. So I get away with that pretty easily. Yeah. Like that, and then... Like... Probably out that way. We can go out a little more. Yeah, that's fine. We could probably extend this a little bit. Just to make it more, like, smoother. Hey, they're autosave. We'll go about like this instead. It's a smoother transition. I like it. Okay. So this gives me 4 connection points on this side, and I only wanted 3, but I'm glad to have 4. So we'll use all 4 too. Why not? So what we can do is let's come over to cargo. We're gonna have a... Let's use... Is this a good enough size where... I mean, this is a pretty big warehouse. And I can kind of tuck it in right over here, which is kind of cool. Be off that... It has to be off the main road, though. So if I put it, like, right here... It's a pretty big warehouse. Is it necessary to have this big of a warehouse? We're bringing in repair supplies for all the different repair centers. We're bringing in food for everybody. Clothing for everybody. And it includes mechanical components, electrical, etc., etc. And then it also potentially could store crops to transfer somewhere else, like, say, for example, to the chemical area. But I don't think that'll be necessary because also there's no cargo train station at chemicals, so that won't work. Well, there is, but this holding crops in here, though. No, I don't think so. You could probably get away with a smaller warehouse here, is what I'm getting at. Or we do 1 big warehouse instead of 2 smaller ones, and then I leave spot open. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do. I'm obviously haven't not really decided this yet, but I think this is what I'm going to do. So we're going to bring this over and go about like this with it. That sounds fine. We'll connect on this side. And then this road, we're also going to pull off of the main road. So there's an extra bit of space here for the people using this, and then they'll come back out. So we'll have something like that to use. This isn't built yet. Oh, yes, it is. Good. All right. So we'll have this. I'll have you go about, let's say like that. And then they'll come in on this side and they'll leave that side so they won't interfere with each other. So that'll be fine. Let's go ahead and get you paved. All right. So there's that. Next thing to do is we want this road also to come out this way. All right. So we're going to bring this out this direction. And we're going to do a couple of things over here. The first one, and maybe I'll just bring this all the way out this way even further. It's going to be a dead-end road. We're not going to... Well, I do have space here, don't I? I did not notice. I didn't think I'd have the space, but the medium fields don't go that far out, so I do have it. Interesting. All right. Well, we can play that way then. Can do something like this. That is interesting, I say. Interesting indeed. All right, we can do something a little like this then. It's I think this will work out pretty cool. Gonna come out like here and then rounded there. Does it fit though? Does it fit though? It does. Do the big ones fit? They don't. I was gonna do a big one, but I think a few small ones would be okay. That'd be acceptable. So one distribution office there. And one distribution office over here. Yeah. And then power facilities and other types of stuff could be in the center here as we go. On this side, we want meat storage. I think 350 is a good number to have here, primarily because this is way out rural. We want to make fewer trips out this way so we can haul more with us in one trip and then have it stored. So I think a big meat storage is going to be preferred in this instance. So we're going to go about like that with it. Just make sure this road can get out. Indeed it can. And so this will go there. I wanted them to share an intersection. Okay. So that's our meat storage. I think that's going to be a great idea. Have a bigger meat storage right there. The final thing then, over here, is we need building supplies, right? Imagine what kind of a headache it's going to be to build this place over here if we don't have any building supplies local. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be terrible. Plus, also, we need flat storage to bring in the steel and mechanical components, etc., etc. So, we need the larger... I'm going to do the larger one over on this side. And I think we'll do it... actually, we can probably get away with it being over here like this. I think so. Probably about here. As long as I... Ooh. As long as I do this at the right angle. Got it. Right there. Beautiful. We don't need that fourth anyway, so there it is. So flat storage, all of our flat storage, open storage needs. Meat, food, clothing, electrical components, electronics, chemicals, etc., etc. Like all that goes in that warehouse. Okay. And like, do I need a bigger one? Like I'm still, I can afford a bigger one. That's the thing. Like there's enough space here for the bigger one. I should get a bigger one if I can afford it, right? I'm struggling with this. Like I want it, but I don't, but I do, but I don't. Let's have you go off that way. One more try. Let's just see. If I go with the absolute monstrosity, it's so long. See, that's the problem. It's too long. I could go here and then put maybe the meat storage. Well, hang on. Now, there's a chance. There is a chance. Let me first put this in just to see how close I can get to that field without it yelling at me. Should be able to go about there. Have it not interfere with it. And then connect that to there. Okay, if that works, then we should be able to now go with meat storage right here. There's a chance. This will be good. This will work. We'll do it from this side. Let's flip it, actually. Yep, so it's about like this. And then we can go like that. And then we can go like that. Like that. Like that. And then does it fit right here? It does. Well, howdy do. I'll be. Yep. That's, we'll do that instead then. We'll just do the big one. Fine. All the stuff, everything goes in here. All the assortment of goods goes right there. And then, of course, we have our distribution offices. The reason why we're doing small ones instead of big ones is because they fit here, but also because they each get 20 connections anyway. So if the connections I'm giving the distribution office are going to need a lot of deliveries, then I want the big one because then I can have those fewer connections with larger vehicles, a larger number of vehicles. But if I'm having all these different connections and they don't need to deliver to that often, I can get away with less vehicles, which is what I'm doing here. Okay, so that takes care of freaking everything, doesn't it? Comes right through here, drops it off, and keeps right on going. And it goes that direction to pick up the oil, but we're also going to need it to go that direction. And I think I am going to flatten this. Like, maybe not flatten it all the way. Like, I might keep it a little bit, you know, kind of like I did with the future Charlevins North, where there's a hill, but it's not really a mountain. Like, I want a hill, not a mountain, if that makes sense, all right? So I'll tear it down a little bit. But I think the rail can already pretty much fit through here. I just have to double check. Here. Oh, I don't have a bulldozer anymore? Oh, you bastard. I have only excavators. Okay, well, we'll just pull it back in a controlled manner like this. I think this is probably fine, though. We take the intersection. Now, we need the intersection before we do this road, because otherwise we can't make the road. We won't be able to make the intersection either, so... So this is going to go like this. I think we're going to bring it. Let me see what I'm dealing with here. Yes, yes, I know. Just get rid of the trees. Tree move. Move trees. Deforestation. There we go. And then what I want to select then is here. And we're going to go right along this fence line to about here. So we're just using just enough room to do this. And then comes out just a little bit more and then goes like that. Like that. I don't believe there will ever be a situation where the train needs to go this way, unless, well, yeah, because we're eventually going to have this rounding that way too. So maybe it will choose to go this direction in order to get back to over here to drop it off. But I don't think so, because I'd rather it just keep going straight and keep speed. And to turn, it should just keep doing that. So I'm not going to put a turn here. I'm going to leave it alone. And then we can bring it. And of course, we're building all electric railways now from this point on, because there's no point in building a rail for diesel locomotives if we're not going to have diesel locomotives later. I mean, there will be a need for some diesel every time we expand out to a large area way out in the boonies or whatever. Like, we'll just make quick, you know, we'll just make the quicker track and electrify it later. Like, when we build that area over there, it's going to be just, you know, diesel trains are fine. But okay, so that takes care of our train lines. I'm excited about the rail expanding out this way. I think it's going to be a big deal into the future, and we have a means of delivering food to here. So the final thing, I guess, is let's figure out where the rest of our fields are going to go. And also, I don't know if this road might be crooked. Let's make sure we line it up to this one instead. I'm gonna lay the rest of the fields in now, I think, and I need to figure out where I'm gonna put the houses and stuff, right? So we have sewage infrastructure over here, and the taps to get in are here and here. So it makes sense to have people living over by the water. I still think that makes a lot of sense. They'll just have to drive further to get where they're going, but most of them are gonna drive over here into the repair center to work. But if we had a food factory, and if I was going to do a food factory, I'd want to do it here, right? Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Hell yeah. That's not a bad idea, guys. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. I never thought of this. I wish I had. I could say it was part of the plan all along, but nope, this is brand new. I think possibly this is a good answer here. We could put a food factory right up next to this warehouse, actually. Like right close to it. like this. You know? And if we do that, we end up with kind of a cool situation. I need to get rid of some of this stuff where I no longer need to ship food here, right? I don't need to do that anymore. But I also don't need to, like, nothing for their survival in terms of food needs to be delivered to this area. All we need to do is make sure that the distribution offices are pulling crops and delivering it to this building. And then this thing will just convert those crops to food, and the food will sit here and ready to go. That's great. That's a really good thing. I think there is one other thing I'd like to do now that I'm just looking at things. I always get like designs in my head and then I work to improve them, right? We have to get, you have to start with something and then you work to improve it. That's something. So, and this is the kind of stuff I do offline usually, but hey, let's just do it together. I think it's fun. We're going to take the road cargo station. Yeah. Road cargo station. Hey, that's the old one. What? No, that can't be the old one. No, it's not the one I'm thinking of. Hold on, comparing. Definitely not. No, not even close. This has only 2 connections. That's what I was looking at. 2 connections on that one, and then same thing right over. Where'd it go? Hey, autosave. Leave me alone. What is it? Like every 5 minutes? I might have to change that. Yeah, right here. Same thing. It's only 2 connections, right? I was looking for this one, but that's this one. We're doing just this one. Okay. Anyway, so road cargo station. So I'm thinking we take this cargo station, and the only problem with this is we don't have a road connection. So we'll have to connect it on this side with the road. The rail is going to have to kind of curve a little bit so that this can connect on this side. So I'm going to need you to curve a little bit here, rail. Ugh. I don't like it. Let's pull it back a little bit more. Probably about to here, let's say. And about to here. All right, and then we're just going to draw across this as close as we can get to. Oh, you bastard. I think I'm off just a little bit. There might be a spot here where both of these will cross. I just don't know where that is. So it'll go. Come on. Come on. You're almost there. There. And no, there's just not enough space for that to allow it. Oh, that would have been a good deal, though. I still want to see if I can make it work. I think this time only. Unless you guys like this kind of content. I don't know. You guys like the back and forths of this? I want to see if there's a way to get the road cargo station to connect with the meat supplier as well, while also letting that road out. The road's got to get out. Maybe if I lead it out this direction, it still has to connect. I don't think so. I don't think there's any way I can get this road out without a bridge. In the past, I've used bridges for that, but honestly, I'm just going to move that station a little bit more over, right? I think we just do it this way. Yeah, let's just refine this a little bit. Take that out, take that out, take this out, and this out. Ditch this. And then we redo it, but further away in a manner that still allows it to connect to that. So I need it to go about there. You go like here, right? And then is it going to connect to that on that side, though? That's the question. I think so. I want to say it should, but I don't know. It's so... I can move that over. Yeah, we can still move it over. All right, so let's go... like this. Come on, right there. And then double check the cargo we get for this side. The connection we get for this side. I think right about there should do it. Now, can we connect here and do the rail? I think there's enough space now. That's definitely more road than we had before. Yeah, and it can go straight across now too. Okay, that's fine. Excellent. That's the solution then. We'll just scoot it over just a little bit. Make sure this can connect. Excellent. And this one, wait a minute. Oh, that one right there. Okay. And then we don't need this road anymore. So that means we can put the meat storage right over here like so. And I can just set it right up in here. Yeah. Like that. Because I don't need that road connection anymore. Mostly just verifying this to myself right now. Pretty sure. I'm worried I can't get access to that corner right here though. So I need this one. So let's do the road one. The road cargo station first. Yeah, so right about there is what we're going to want to get. I think so. Can I get that one? The other corner? No. So I have to get this one. Okay. So we're going to say that you go... I want to turn it this way. Okay, let's see if it works. Meat storage is going to go right here. If I angle it just right, I think I can get it, but the road connection isn't going to be there. And then I'm going to block this road here. If it doesn't do it automatically, I'm pretty sure I can still do it myself from where I am. Let's test that theory. I think I can still do that. I thought I saw it, but there it goes. Okay. So we're going to have that connection there. And this one here. That gives me a road cargo station that can pick up all these supplies. Loving it. Actually, we could take this a step further even. Oh my goodness. We can do this and make it easier to get out from that road too. We can go even as far as... We must go deeper. We can. We can go... well, I'd have to reposition things again, but we could do something like... I was going to say something like this, but... like, how can I get the road cargo station to interact with this too, you know? Like, that's what I'm looking for here. Actually, there is no way to get all three of these to be hooked up to this because you need the road connections, right? The road needs to be able to get out. And I think I'll just show you like this. Anything you put over here that's connected to both this and this is going to lock whatever's in the middle inside. You just can't get the road out. So there's nothing I can do in this area. So one of these does have to not be connected to the road cargo depot. And we're going to make it be the... oh, hang on. Can I get this to... This is fine, right here. I guess we'll just go... Maybe we'll make it clean, like right up against this building. Can I do that? I can get that tag out of the way. Here we go. Now that kind of lines up flush, doesn't it? I think it kind of does. That looks pretty clean. Yeah, I like that. That looks like it kind of belongs there, right? And then we'll need the road, right, to come around this side. So again, it's not going to connect to the road cargo station because it can't. At least if it can, but I just can't have it connected to the road cargo station. And man, I just can't get the road to go straight against that. Come on, go right straight against that. Really? All right, well, whatever. And then here I want this to have a pretty good lead. So we're going to put this over here and then stick that like that. All that stuff is good. And then the final thing to do then is just to grab this. And the reason why this one is going to get it this way is because it's really long and I can fit it in this little space right here. And it can still connect to the trains even way over there. Okay, so there we go. I'm pretty happy with this. Huh? Yeah, I think this is great. So we're going to go over to the tracks again, and let's get that to be brought back over like so. And you know what? I don't have symmetry on, so that's not looking all that great. Let's redo that. Turn on the F4. And now that looks a lot better, doesn't it? And then over here, doing the same thing right about there and there. Connect it up. And there we go. Now, there is one thing we don't have, and that is another distribution office. I didn't move that distribution office over here, so I need to put that back. So I'm just going to say small distribution office, and it needs to be far enough away from this field so it doesn't affect how big it is. I can't have it affecting that field, so I think I can get away with that. I think 4.81. There we go. Okay, and then I guess it's possible to put another one right here, but we'd have to go across the tracks on this side. It will let me do it though. So if we want another distribution office in this area, we can go from here. The problem with that though is that this doesn't have convenient access to all of this stuff, right? So in fact, I think I'm going to go off like that a little bit too, so these guys can get it too. And then we can of course go that direction as well. So this whole thing is a through road all through all this stuff. I think that's going to work out really nicely. Of course, we have to pave all this stuff and everything too, but that's a pretty easy process. We just simply, let's say we go, I think this could be gravel. Do we want, nothing's a one-way street in here, right? I think everything could be gravel through here. But we have so much asphalt. Like, we have the ability to make asphalt roads. So why not just do it, you know? Yeah, probably we'll embrace that mentality. Let's just go a little bit further this way. I like that. And then we could actually have this meet up with the roundabout too. That way it stays off this road entirely. We'll think about it. But either way, this is set up now to where we can have everything come in, everything that we need in large quantities. We can pick from it. We got distribution offices for it. And off we go. And I guess the distribution office that I put right here, this could just be for getting things in the fields. You know, we need another one over here anyway, kind of thing. So I suppose so. We can also build an electric substation that will be required for this area. And we can have that be, I think, let's put it over here so it's a little easier to connect to. Also, we have to connect to these things as well. Maybe put it over here then. Yeah, this is pretty easy to connect to as well. We'll put it right there. And then also we need another one around this side. And I think we can, if we get it over here, it should just really easily connect to everything. Now, this does stop the crop train rail. So the crop train rail will stop here because of where I placed this. And I've decided to do that because I'm just okay with it. I'm completely content with the crop train stopping there. All additional crops and all additional food that we end up making will have a destination that other than this direction. So this direction, with this food factory being here, it's going to make food, distribute it that way and all that stuff. All these farms and the crops that are producing will be enough to ship food to all of this area that we have already. And that's going to be about 60,000 people. So 3 food factories, 20,000 people per food factory. It'll be great. So all the additional stuff we do will not require this train to do it. And we can have other trains that are also exclusive and going different directions. Yeah, okay. So I think I've done almost everything I had planned to at least start for this video in that. I just have to place the rest of the fields. So it's really just about making sure that all of our farms are going to be working a lot. And I think maybe we'll start a different path here. We'll say that maybe on this side anyway, these fields will have their roads facing that direction. So we can go maybe something like this for this field. We can go there. And again, it's not lining up perfectly. So it's a little off. And that's okay. Like, this road is a little off, I mean. And maybe I'll readjust it even. But for now, I think it's fine. And then I'll have the road come straight through here then. And it will need to connect like that. So then this field will kind of do the same thing from the same spot about here. And is that going to work? Yeah, there's something. It's like cutting into the ground over here. What's going on? We got a little steep. There is a bit of a hill here, isn't there? We can, I think we can do something about that. Just to bring this all down. Remember, this is farmland. You would want to flatten it anyway, right? Let's get rid of this gravel road. We don't need it right now. You know, I'm going to actually remake this road anyway. Because I don't want it to be... It's lining up with these fields, you know? It doesn't need to line up with this road. It needs to line up with the rest of the fields, I think. So maybe it's okay if that's not there. But I definitely need to flatten all of this stuff. So let me take care of all this. Place all these fields, and then we'll come back. All right, I've placed a whole bunch more fields. It looks like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 additional big fields on this side. And then I've also placed these 3 here. I stopped because this is too high and I can't place any more on that side. But we got a lot of big fields in, and I think it's a good start for our new farm. So, I mean, this might even be enough for this new farm. Since this farm is also going to take care of these fields as well, I think that's probably enough for this field. We have all this stuff to flatten still, and we can still farm this. We'll have another crop. Yeah, we'll have another farm somewhere probably over here at this point to cover the rest of these that we're going to end up doing. And yeah, but I have a lot of construction projects now. Now I am spread a little thin, so I'm going to let it go for a while. I think the first thing I'm going to focus on is going to be this little segment right here. At least for the Zarnowski construction group. This group's going to focus primarily over here, while Charlabinsk focuses over here, and then the helicopters are just split between them all. So it's fine. We have most of the roads done over on this side, and I've actually made them one way a little bit here just to kind of help with traffic, because we do have a lot of construction vehicles coming in and out of here. And we'll have to get the little roundabout thing put in here, or at least a better intersection that I had. And then, yeah, once all this stuff is done, if I take a look underground, we haven't laid in any pipes or anything like that yet. I don't have a whole lot I can really put in place until the stuff that's already in place is completed, right? I can't get any more workers over here until that's done. I can't get any more workers over here than I already have until this is done. And then, yeah, I can't repair this stuff very well until that's done. And we're maxed out, like 2% unemployment, right? Like I have everyone who's living in my city pretty much has a job and is doing stuff already. So I need people expansions, and that's what that is. And that's what this is. And then this is people expansion, but also additional food to counteract the fact that we have more people than our current food output can handle. That's long and short of it, right? All right, so I'm going to let it run. Thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate you. We'll be back for the next one after a while, okay? Maybe it's 2004, maybe it's 2005, I don't know. But we'll be back for the next one very soon. Take care. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.